Aloha and welcome back! I'm Panther and this is Final Fantasy Renaissance version 2.0.4 and this is my no upgrade run, I guess. Last episode I was kind of filling in time with talking about my 5E class that I was kind of making. Turns out, when I looked back on the information on it and everything like that, oh my god, I didn't realize how much into this I had actually gotten. I have 3 Google Docs. One is like a page and a half, and what that has is nothing but the what's called vibrant variants. And I was wrong on some elements. Like, the element that I was wrong on initially is I originally called the subclasses habitats, but I changed it up to being what did I change it up to? Callings. I changed it up to being callings. Effectively what it was is, you would have, your Chromovoker, and at level 3, was it level 3? I have all the Google Docs, and I will look into that here in a second. So yeah, it was level 3 that you get your first bestial calling. And they weren't called, they're the equivalencies for the warlock's invocations were called vibrant adaptations. And effectively speaking, what would happen is whenever you're attacking someone, you would choose whether or not you were using your vibrant strike, which is their equivalency of using martial arts, but instead of physically hitting someone, what you would do is you call out your past selves of animals. And since animals don't live as long as, depending on the animal, of course, as people, you'd have tons of them available to you. And your bestial calling would kind of refine where you would call them from. Like, so the main page for the class itself is 8 pages long. Like, the main Google Doc is 8 pages long. And yeah, I had a blast making this thing. It kind of fell into the wayside, but like level 1 you get 3 abilities, and the first ability you'd get is Vibrant Defense, which is basically what I said. You use your Constitution modifier and your Wisdom modifier to determine what your AC was. So you didn't have to worry about strength, you didn't have to worry about dexterity. Those were 2 stats that could be dump stats to you. you are the hardy fucker in mental and physical determinations. So yeah, that was the first one. Then came Vibrant Strike, which is basically, hey, martial artists. The same thing, except it was a die 4 to start with instead of the die 6 or whatnot. And that caps out at a die 10 at level 17. And it never gets higher than a die 10 for that sort of thing. By itself, the things that get interesting in my mind is how the Chromovoker, how they handle doing the Vibrant adaptations. Vibrant adaptations are inspired by, but not directly copying, the Warlock invocations. Kind of made that apparent already, but yeah, the very first one you can get access to is called Assisted Jump. For the cost of 1 Vibrant point, which is their resource that they like to use, you can flash summon a strong beast to launch you 20 feet into the air. You can do this can be done as a part of a movement and doesn't cost your movement. As a part, and as right. Okay. This can be done as a part of a movement and doesn't cost your movement. As part of an attack action to double the damage die of a single Vibrant Strike, in which you add your Wisdom modifier, or as a reaction to add +4 to your AC for 1 attack. In all cases, you must use Assisted Jump before any rolls take place. You do not, you take no damage from the 20 foot if you fall straight down. If you are in a place that it has lower ceilings than 20 feet, you take 1 die 4 bludgeoning and land prone. This happens before the movement is finished. The attack can be done, but not before the reaction can be used. For example, if a Cobalt shoots you with a crossbow bolt, 1 die 10 plus dex, you can choose to use the Assisted Jump to gain +4 to your AC for the attack, and only take 1 die 4 damage before landing prone. But you can't use Assisted Jump to double the damage of your Vibrant attack in the same scenario. That's the first fucking one. And it combos with other stuff, like one that I know it comboed with Mighty Smash, level 6 prerequisite to use this one. But Mighty Smash, as part of your attack action, you can spend 2 Vibrant points to cause all those in a 15-foot cone. Starting from a point within your reach, to make a dex save or take Vibrant Strike damage rolled twice as thunder damage. I spelled it have, because I'm an idiot. But half as much on a successful save. Aw. Hold up. I got a little too into talking about stuff and didn't pay attention. But yeah, half as much on a successful save. Target within 5-foot reach of you have disadvantage on this save. AKA if you use it on someone who's point blank to you. Yeah, they're gonna fucking really get rocked by this. However, there is a stipulation. If you use Assisted Jump before doing a Mighty Smash, you triple your damage die for the attack. Yeah. Now, mind you, that does mean you use 3 Vibrant points. Is it 3 Vibrant points? Yeah, 3 vibrant points to make that happen. And it takes you until level 6, which at that particular point you will have 6 vibrant points. And 3 vibrant adaptations. I have a whole like list of shit. But yeah, I had thought this out pretty freaking extensively, in all honesty. For me, though, one of the elements that I got really sick and tired of seeing in Wizards of the Coast stuff is they would punish you for multi-classing, but they never really give you a reason to basically focus on one class. Outside of spellcasters, and that's because of the spells you can get. But aside from that, yeah. If you're a fighter, why be a fighter all the way to the end? Pathfinder. Oh my god, Pathfinder gave you reasons. So, I kind of made this class... I want to preference something, by the way. I enjoy multiclassing a lot. I really, really do. But I wanted to prove to myself that it could be done, that you could make a class that actually benefits from being an exclusive class. How do I do that? Well, at the very end, level 19 or level 17, you get extra bonus strike. So when you use your bonus action to make a strike, you get an extra one on top of that. And by this time, you had 3 main attacks. So you were attacking 5 times a turn, but you were using your bonus action to do so. But yeah, so that's fine. Level 18, you get Blind Sense. Any of you who've played D&D know that Blind Sense is no joke. Getting it at level 18 is a bit long in the tooth, but it's out to 10 feet. And it's not actual blind sense. You are able to hear... If you are able to hear, you are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creature within 10 feet of you. So, creatures that are technically in... cover, or in, like, the astral plane and stuff like that, this doesn't work on them. Unless they actually make noise. But, yeah. And then level 19 is the last ability score improvement, aka feat location, that you have available. And you get access to the first of 2 actual reasons to stick with the Chromovoker. And that is Never Truly Gone. At level 19, the many beasts bound within you allows you to reincarnate as per the spell, should you die by any means. You must wait 1 full month to use this effect again. You reincarnate in a safe location within 200 miles of where you met your untimely end. This location must be on the same plane. If there is no safe spot in the area, the safest spot is chosen by the vibrant beasts themselves. AKA, the DM can't fuck you over. It shouldn't happen too often, but I did want to safeguard this class from nasty DMs. And that's Never Truly Gone. That is your level 19 ability, which basically goes once a month, you can go, nah! I mean, it's 200 miles away, and it's the safest spot. So you might appear in someone's bathtub, which would be fucking funny. But you are capable of surviving something that would normally kill you. And it is any way that you could be killed. I think it had all the stipulations of reincarnate. which I don't remember the spell offhand, but it is definitely one of those spells that it doesn't seem so hot at first until you realize the aspects of it. I took this from actually a Pathfinder archetype because I really liked the move and everything like that, and I kept it the same level because it's not a weak ability. Let's do that. And then the last one. This is level 20. This is designed to be an ultimate skill, because got so sick and tired of looking at the level 20 skills of all these other classes and going, oh, well, that's neat, I guess. Cool. Can I, like, have a better fucking skill? The ability is called We Are One. At level 20, when you roll for initiative and you have no vibrant points remaining, you regain 4 vibrant points. Oh, that sounds familiar. Oh wait, there's more. Additionally, as an action, you can manifest all of your vibrant beasts at once. Not only does this make you shed 20 feet of bright light and 20 more feet of dim light, but also gives you the following effects. Hold on to your frickin' britches, folks. Okay. Double your damage die used for Vibrant Strikes before any other effects. Gain +2 to your AC. Gain temporary hit points equal to 50 plus 10 times your constitutional modifier. All of your attacks have a additional 5-foot reach. Gain 20 feet of walking speed, and ignore the effects of exhaustion. Yeah. This lasts until you dismiss it as an action, or until all temporary HP is used up. At the end of that time, you take 1 level of exhaustion for every minute of full use since your last long rest. This is where it gets complicated, and some people had some complaints about it, but I'm like, if you're this far into the game, are you really having that much of a problem with this? So, it's like, where is it? Any rounds that don't total up to a minute, because every round is 6 seconds, so 10 rounds equals 1 minute, are cumulative. They're built up between uses. And here's the example. Hold on, folks. This gets a little trippy. I'm wanting to get to, like, level 6 before I start the march. That's why I'm talking about this shit on the side. For example, if you use this ability for 6 rounds and then dismiss it, you incur no exhaustion. But the next time you use this ability and hold on to it for 5 rounds and then dismiss it, you incur 1 level of exhaustion. The next battle you use it for 1 round, you are not only 2 rounds closer to the next hit of exhaustion, but when you end the effect of this, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. I realize that's really complicated, but hear me out. What this basically means is, you're counting to 10. It's basically just counting to 10. And that comes out to basically, when you have 10 or more turns of use, you now take levels of exhaustion every time you use We Are One. Now, mind you, while you're using We Are One, you don't take it, you don't get affected by those levels of exhaustion. However, this can kill you. Yeah, there's level 5 again, I think. Let's go save. So yeah, this is basically, it's meant as a sort of can give you that hero moment. where you're like holding out against hundreds of guys and this and that, and it's just you. I get that not everybody would like that sort of thing, and I understand that's not for everybody, but that's also why it's a level 20 skill. You are supposed to be really fucking powerful at this point. Like, you might think that 50 plus times 10 your constitutional modifier, so we're looking at probably like an additional 50, so 100 temporary hit points seems like a lot. It's not. It really isn't. Let's take a look at the hit points, just so you guys can understand. If you're doing the thing that most everybody does, which is take the average plus 1, or the halfway point plus 1 per level. So at level 1, you have 10, because it's a die 10 hit point system. Nope. 10 plus your constitution modifier. Then every level after that is 6. By 20, let's see, 19, just the hit points, no additional constitution. We're looking at, actually, let's just take a look at 20 and then subtract 4 by it. You're looking at 120 hit points just with the class itself. Just with the class itself. So 116 hit points. If you have what I would expect people to have of at least 18 in your constitution, that is 80 additional hit points. So yeah, the 100 extra temporary is useful, and it can definitely make you that guy who gets in the way and like protects your party, because some of the other abilities you get can really do that sort of thing. But yeah, that was the point. Now for the bestial callings, aka their subclasses, I misjudged what I had done with it. So I have desert, sea, forest, mountain, and swamp. Or swamp and then underdark. Oh, okay. I had one more called urban. But urban is not fit for use. It has, like, I'm keeping it in there as a reminder to myself of what it can be used for and all that stuff. But for the most part, urban, I tried really hard to make it like the realization that animals are just as accustomed to urban settings as people are. Yeah, it had some issues. Had a lot of issues. I probably should have healed. But, there's one overarching note that I've made for the Chrome Evokers, and that is that note on beasts of all environments. All cosmetic looks of the beasts are up to you, and do not need to be truly born of the place you're calling. AKA, if you pick a desert one, you could have a fish. Especially if you understand what the hell a desert is, that makes fine sense. No. There we go. And I don't have a problem with that. It's to allow you as the player to add some cosmetic feel, but it's not like each thing didn't have a cosmetic feel unto itself. Example, let's take desert because it's the first one. Beasts who dwell in the harsh, sandy environments often are pushed to an extreme. Chronevokers who choose this calling often look dried out and seem to have sand fall off their bodies, even if they try to wash the sand particles off. AKA, they always look dusty. Of the sea, many mysteries lurk under the waves and touch the coastal areas. Some are awe-inspiring, but most are deadly. Chromovokers who choose this bestial calling often seem wet and weary to stray too far from large bodies of water. Weary, but do not try to, like, they're not going to dry out if they decide to go down a desert path or anything like that. They just feel very uncomfortable about it. I made that because I played another tabletop setting type. It seemed really cool at first. It's called Earth Dawn. It is from the same system as Shadowrun, believe it or not. It's effectively the storyline before Shadowrun. Like, before everything became futuristic and all that stuff. It's their medieval past. And at first blush, the system seems fine. It seems really cool. Like, you have all these really interesting class names and stuff like that. And you start going down the path and you start looking at them and you start realizing that they got issues. One of the big first issues with the game... actually, I should start off with the thing I liked. One of the few things that I liked about the game is you didn't roll dice based on the equipment you got. Not directly. What you did instead is you would... you'd look at this table. And I know a lot of people would be pushed off by this effect, but man, I actually loved it. Because what you would do is you would look at the table and you would calculate up what you would get on the table. Okay, what the hell does that mean? All right, let me explain what that means. It means that when you're going to attack, you look at your hit and your weapon proficiency. And you take those numbers combined, and you roll the dice it suggests for you. Thank you. Okay, that was a little close. But yeah, so you roll, damn. So you'd look on the thing, and let's say it totaled up to an 11. You'd look at the graph, and you'd look at 11, and it's like, hey, you roll a die 8, a die 6, and a die 5. There's no die 5, but you get the idea. Like, your entire thing is supplemented to... You look at the chart, then you pick out the dice, and then you roll them. And it takes all of those dice rolls in account. So when you're doing that sort of stuff, you literally are just looking through to figure out what you're going to roll. Now, don't get me wrong. Now that I've played as a DM and as a player, that system was fine. I like what I more liked about it is that all of the numbers you rolled mattered, because I had just come from playing Shadowrun. Oh my fucking god! I so hate that system. I know a lot of you might disagree with me heavily, and that's fine. It's okay to be disagreeable, and it's okay to have disagreements, especially on game mechanics, because, you know, that's just how that goes. But I legit was in a game where one of the players... By the way, the game was insane. And I'm not joking by that. I mean, it was utter fucking madness. Because what happened is we had 60... No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 10 players. I don't know if you could, like, really comprehend how fucking stupid that was, but 10 players. There were so many times that I was sitting there just going like, I don't know what turn I'm gonna get. So yeah. We're sitting there, like, playing, and then one of the players, who was a person from my work, really, really cool person. I haven't talked with him in way too long, but I also don't know how to get in contact with him, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, they were a truck driver, a dwarf, and the DM's like, okay, cool, you're going down this thing, this helicopter's attacking you, and this and that, and like, if you're a part of a normal D&D game, this sounds wicked, but if you're part of a normal Shadowrun game, this is kind of par for the course, whatever. And the DM was like, okay, cool. In order to swerve around this truck, or the debris that has come up, you need to roll, I think it was like 5 successes. And it's like, okay, cool, 5 successes. And they're like, alright, fine, I really need this to happen, so I'm gonna spend this karma point to make sure that I roll as many of this dice as I can. She rolled 16 dice. 16! Want to know how many successes she got? She had to roll a 4 or better, and she got 2 successes. 2! I was flabbergasted, so they're like, I'm gonna spend another karma point and re-roll. She got 3 this time, but because it wasn't a cumulative, that didn't count. It was just like, no, I hate this system. I fucking hate this system. There's 0 reason why I would like this system. So yeah, I guess I was on that high of like, hey, this is actually a system where everything you roll fucking matters. I don't like systems that go, you're just rolling for a success and that's what actually matters. Because it's like, then why am I rolling dice? Like, let me flip a coin. Well, the determination of distance, like, no, I want to see those numbers add up, goddammit. Like, I'm a gamer. I want to see those numbers add up. I like minor addition and shit like that. So yeah, it's just, oh my god. Well, Earth Dawn, that was my high point of the game. I wanna preference that for you all. How do you level up in this game? Oh my god. How you level up in Earth Dawn is as follows. You tell your tale to the Adventurers Guild. Oh, okay. And they basically give you a type of currency, stop it, that you can turn in for points that you use to buy skills. Oh, wait, so how do you level up? Oh, that's called circling up. See, the way Earth Dawn works is you have primary skills and secondary skills. Alright? If your primary skills are all at the next tier, aka going from Circle 1 to Circle 2, so all of your primary skills would need to be Circle 2, that's it. You did it. Cool. Now you just, you expend the extra points to circle up, which increases the cap on all the skills you have, including your secondary, and gives you a whole new suite of skills to work with at level 1. For those of you listening in, do you see how this is a problem? No? Let me explain. You circled up. You now have additional main skills and additional side skills. The side skills don't have to be the next tier of stuff, but the main skills do. You have more main skills that all start at level 1 that now all additionally must be level 3 along with the first tier of skills to be level 3 to move to level 3. When you move to level 3, you now have new skills that are all starting at level 1 that you must then get to level 4, as well as the other ones to get to level 4 to get to Circle 4. There are 10 circles to this game. And by the way, that 10th circle, your master upon master stuff? No! I will flat out scream, no! So each class has a, like, you can multi-class, but goddamn is it a pain in the ass, because now those are additional fucking circles of skills you have to actually pay attention to and level up. But let's say, cool, you're going into this stuff and you're doing all that shit, and you're being insane and deciding to do all that nastiness and get it all, yeah, blah, 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 what the fuck ever. Let's move on. Cool, you did all that, you're great, you're awesome, I think you're fucking insane for sticking long enough past Circle 4. So, you did that. Man, I don't understand how you'd get that far, I really don't. Ooh. But yeah, so you got the level, you got the Circle 10, or Circle 9. Actually, I think level, or Circle 8 or 7 is where this starts, but it's the worst at level, Circle 10. Now mind you, the things you get out of there, spells, powers, skills, are insanely powerful. Do not mistake that for anything else. But, oh my god. So, let's just ignore that for right now. Let's just say that's super stupid and super powerful, super goddamn it painful to get to and then work upon. So let's save all that and move it off to the side. I'm pretty sure I turned off most of you by now. But there is something worse. Something worse that you will find out at level 2, because multiclassing is a thing. And in order to multiclass, your two classes must cooperate. Must cooperate? What do you mean? So by must cooperate, I mean the following. In order for a class to cooperate, the edicts, basically the things that make up the class, must not conflict with the newer class you're trying to take on. That doesn't sound so bad. Yeah, if all you're thinking about is monk, fighter, knight, cleric, and rogue. But these aren't those classes. Archers, for a good example. They inspire to find truth. How does that have anything to do with archery? I don't fucking know, but that's how the game works. So now you've got this class that goes, I do not lie, I hate liars, and I go and try to root out the truth, period. It's like, alright, cool. I want to be an illusionist. You can't. Because an illusionist fundamentally cannot not lie. Their entire state of being is to lie. So they can't cooperate. And it's like, okay, that's a little weird. And it's like, oh no, it's not. It's very weird. Thieves are good archers because they're good illusionists because they obscure themselves and they're constantly in that sort of thing. And thievery is their big thing. It's just like, oh, okay, this is getting weird. Oh wait, it gets worse. There's a class that is called the Cavalier. Cavalryman, that sort of thing. Okay, cool. So you get a mount. Yeah, and the mount can be really fucking powerful. Here's the problem, though. The mount is basically your best friend and basically lover. I am not using that term lightly, by the way, because the thing says, in the description, it basically says you cannot put your mount below your party members. It is the highest priority to you. It's just like, okay, so what happens if you say, ignore that shit? You stop gaining access to those skills. It's worse than a paladin breaking their oath. It fried my brain. It fried my brain so goddamn bad because the amount of things you could do were dwarfed by the amount of things that just the game goes, no. And God, it pissed me off so much. That's why when 5e started coming out, I started having problems with it. Because I was looking it over and I'm like, in 3.5, you feel like you are getting powerful. In Pathfinder, you feel like you're getting powerful. But you have to get powerful. Because the monsters are powerful. It's like, is that a bad thing? It actually doesn't feel like a bad thing. Oh, hi, Gruber! You're actually a problem right now. So yeah, no, man. So why did I get into 5e? Actually a coworker. She was really supportive, and she's actually the one who pushed me into being a DM. Because while I was looking through the guides and the player's handbook and stuff like that, I was like, oh cool, I could make this character and this and that. And I made these characters based off of like other stuff, and they were all really quirky but really cool at the same time. And yeah, I had one character, and she was a halfling. She was based off of a character that I had made for Pathfinder. Because the Pathfinder game that my sister was going to helm was a very strange one, and I made her being this really interesting, crazy character. But I tried to, like, really make sure that for as crazy as the character was, she never got stupid powerful. But she was a blast for me to play when I finally got to play her in 5e. Now, the big difference between her in Pathfinder and 5e is a lot, actually. In 5e, Noise High Hill, which, by the way, I want a preference. I came up with that name from a fucking randomizer. That was like, oh, look at halfling names. And I'm like, Noise High Hill. Yes. Yes, 100%. And in Pathfinder, she wasn't a pure race. She wasn't a halfling purely. She was a half-halfling and half-Saiyan. There was systems that my sister allowed me to use that allowed me to play as a half-Saiyan. Oh my god, it got so fun. We were starting at level 5 because we kind of hate starting at level 1 because most of the time level 1s are so fucking fragile that basically peasants still beat you. What the fuck? That said, man, it was really fun. We never got that game off the ground. But I wanted to keep the character going because I put a lot of effort into her and everything like that. Well, obviously, 5e is not going to allow you to play as a half Saiyan. And I couldn't directly convert her over because what she was two archetypes of monk fused together. Okay. What was that? It was the Monk of the Four Empty Winds. She was basically a Jackie Chan type character with elemental prowesses. Imagine my disappointment to see the fucking stupidity that is the Monk of the Four Elements in 5e. So I couldn't go with that. So I started looking into what I could do, because I liked multiclassing, and 5e didn't have the same decrement that 3.5 had for multiclassing. If you don't know, 3.5's multiclassing decrement was you gain less experience because you're dividing it among two different classes, which is inherently dumb. But yeah, let's just ignore the stupidity of that and say you didn't want to do that unless it was a favored class thing. And it's like, okay, alright, cool. Yeah, alright, cool, we did that. Well, that's gone. Now you just have to have the prerequisite statistics to get both of the classes. I'm like, alright, cool. What classes would I care to do? Well, I've got Monk, and I'm going to be more heavy into the aspect of wisdom over other stuff and whatnot. Okay, what classes? At first, I was going to be a cleric, because they're a very wisdom-heavy class. And I liked having the ability to heal and all that fun stuff. But the one that I wanted to do, it started having conflicts because, as one of the commenters stated, concentration sucks ass. It really fucking does. So, the thing I wanted to do, you couldn't do it because it was concentration based. I'm like, alright, okay, cool, how am I gonna do this? Like, I can't be this one, but I kind of like this, and by this, I was talking about a cantrip that I was looking at from the druid side. I'm like, okay. I was looking into the druid stuff, and I'm like, some of this is kind of cool, but none of it really, like, benefits you for getting up close. Most of it is either you shapeshift or your far range, and that was neither of what I was going with Noise here. Then I found it. I found it, and I loved it so much. So, as an FYI, Noise became a monk because of confusion. You might be going like, the fuck? Okay, the confusion came from when a high-level monk was fighting an apparition outside of her village. Yeah, there we go. Damn. And what does that mean? Well, because apparitions are invisible, but monks at higher levels can see that sort of shit. She didn't see that and just thought he was dancing. So she wanted to be a dancer, but instead of being a bard, guess what she was? That's right. She 100% was a monk that had proficiency in performance. Because she was a dancer and an entertainer. But because charisma is not one of the statistics you put in for that, and it was a point-buy system, boo. Yeah, it got weird fast. So I had to look into classes, like, which ones are actually going to work for this sort of thing. And something that is actually a holdover from when she was in Pathfinder, she likes to cook. Alright, cool. In Pathfinder, there was this item that provided you had proficiency with the tool in question. Let's see. Hit 20. You know, I can't do that yet. Because 8 loss on damage, that's not good right now. Like, high armored characters are going to destroy the party if I do that. But she in Pathfinder, there was this item that provided the tool in question for the profession wasn't complicated. It could be shifted into it. So, as a cook and all that stuff, I had all these things, and she could craft, and, like, she basically could facilitate any need of the party, while also being the fighter that doesn't need to repair any of their equipment. So it was like, oh, alright, cool, yeah, I like this sort of thing. Well, in 5e, they didn't have that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, having her the cook isn't a bad thing. Then I dawned on it. Some of you may have already started going, oh no, oh no. And to you, awesome. For the rest of you, haha. Her favorite thing to say was, I'll grow on you. And a lot of people like, oh, that's kind of cute. And I'm like, yeah. When I... because of the nature of the game we were playing, we didn't tell each other what classes we were. Everybody just kind of figured it out. And they started saying, like, oh, I'm using, like, spells and stuff like that while I'm fighting. One of the big reasons why is because Shillelagh was a very quick spell that I could go, hey, I've got a weapon that I can use with my monk abilities. That was magical. And, yeah, that changed a lot for a lot of the fights, honestly. They didn't realize I was a druid of the spore. So when I was leaving, I'm like, yeah, so all you know, this is my last game as Noise, because I realized that I'm not enjoying the game as a player. Like, at all. And, so, yeah, just sitting there, I'm going around, and my friend pointed out, like, hey, you're making all these characters, and they're, like, actually really cool characters. And So we had a mock-up game where I was just picking these things, and it was like, okay, cool. I established the scene, and I set up all the context clues, and this and that, and she was actually really impressed of just like, maybe you should be a DM, and I started looking into it, and I'm just like, no, I enjoy being a DM way more than I like being a player. Way more. By, like, leaps and bounds. I fucking hated being a player so much. And the reason for it was just kind of weird. Because the reason I disliked it comes down to control. And of course you might be going, oh, so you like being in control. It's like, no. Don't get it twisted. It's the fact that as the DM, I don't have to win. If the players are beating up the monsters, that's fine. That's okay. That's the point. But when you're a player and your roll of the dice doesn't work, that sucks. That sucks so bad. It like legitimately is horrible feeling. But as a DM, if I roll bad, cool. That just means the players are getting a good thing, and I don't have to care about it or do any nonsensical BS. I just keep going, move on. So yeah, the last game that Noise High Hill was in, I revealed to the party, just like, hey, yeah, it's like, hey, I'll grow on you, and they were like, oh yeah. And then I revealed the thing of like, yeah, she's a druid of the spore. You can't see it, but all around her are invisible mushroom spores, and they're like, okay, yeah. There's a reason why her cooking tasted good, and they're like, oh god. I'm like, ha 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 ha, bye. Yeah, it was amazing. And that's when I started getting into like, maybe I should look into making the class and characters and all that, because man, I really want to enjoy like giving to the people playing this game and everything. And yeah, it was just like, and from then on, that's just how I became a DM. That's it. Alright, Mux, I need to... Yeah, we're running. Mux just hit too hard. Like the arachnids, and worse yet, because the Mux are second, I can't use the combo stuff to get rid of them. What damage do you guys do? It's gonna be hard. Let's give it a shot, though. But yeah, so... Thank you for joining me on this trip down memory fucking lane. Cool. We're running. Okay. One? That should be fine. But yeah, so there you go. I like talking D&D. I hate what's happening with D&D currently. and that's why I've gotten into Fabula Ultima. I currently can't really say much about Fabula Ultima because that's just not. I haven't played a game with it yet. The downside of, even though I have all this free time, I just can't contact with people and all that stuff. But that's my sadness to deal with, not you guys's. You guys are awesome for sticking around for as long as you have. Zombies don't do that stuff, do they? Yeah, no, they're fine. You and you. Actually, yeah. Yeah, we'll have you start doing that, but you need to start dealing with the ghouls. Alright. So I need to gain some levels to deal with that. Just no way around it. Let's go until level 8. I gave it 3 tries. Probably more than that, because I was off in La La Land talking about weird shit. Yeah. Hold up. Look below Ulu's thing. His box. Is it supposed to be doing that? Or did I glitch something? That's so weird. Why is it doing that? Things you notice when your brain is wandering. Yeah, the big problem with this team right now is, well, the same thing that was with Ulu by himself. The first turn, you can't do a whole lot. And it shows. Right now, their critical rate is not high enough for me to care too much. And they don't hit as often as I would like, so I don't have to worry about whether or not combo is the correct thing to do. If they have the point for it, it's just better to use combo. Anyway, yeah, sorry for all the yammering. I keep apologizing for it, and you guys keep telling me that it's okay. I've had to grow up apologizing for a lot of stuff that is just intrinsically who I am, and it doesn't demean the fact that I'm apologizing. It is just reinforcing why I'm apologizing. So yeah, I have to be careful about how I let people know who I am and all that stuff, because this world right now is very toxic to people. There's no ways around that, I'm afraid. So have 2 of them try to finalize that. There you go. I imagine the healing staff is going to be a very useful item to get my hands on pretty early. Same with the Zeus Gauntlet, actually. Boost. 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 Punch. I do like that they're sticking pretty close to around the same level of hit points, though. Excuse me. Ha 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 ha. Hey, let's, no. Let's take a look at that Peninsula of Power. What? How long have I been doing this? Oh shit, an hour and 6 minutes? Yeah, let's give one shot at, Peninsula of Power. I've been chatting way too long. Thankfully, I've got plenty of to drink around. Speaking of... Because experience is the big thing here. Experience is the big thing. So I want to give one try for the Peninsula of Power. I do not think my guys are up to the task. But I won't know unless I try, because taking on the trolls by themselves might be super hard. But the zombies might be exactly what I need. Calm down. I know I can't take on the wolves, just because their frost effect is just going to destroy the entire party. There's no question in my mind about that fact. Oh, right. There we go. I think maybe in 2 more levels I can take off the Chaku. Hell, maybe even 1 more level. Okay, back to tasks at hand. Whittle down their numbers a little. There we go. Can you guys stop missing? Thank you. Let's focus on getting as close to full health as possible. That should do it. Because we're going to get a 30 heal. Come this tent use. Yep, that ain't working. Here we go. 2, 2, 4, 1 hit, no status effects. Alright. Yeah, no. I will catch you all in the next episode. Peninsula Power I can't do right now. They're just too squishy and don't hit very hard. And in the next episode, we'll grind some more. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.